Spider-Man is back in an all-new perspective. Unlike the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, this Spider-Man movie is actually going in somewhat chronological order. Like Spider-Man, he's got the web shooters, Gwen Stacy's in here, and I always thought that Gwen Stacy was a better girlfriend for Peter than Mary Jane ever was. I mean, with Mary Jane, it seemed like she liked Peter only because she found out that he was Spider-Man. And if she didn't know that, then she probably would have dumped his ass in a week. But with Gwen Stacy, it's like she likes Peter despite the fact that he's Spider-Man. And they don't really have Gwen in a lot of Spider-Man media due to her background being so tragic. Just saying. And let's not forget Captain Stacy, Gwen's dad. He wants to capture Spider-Man because they don't want vigilantes in their city, blah blah blah, and other bullshit they like to talk about.
This guy wears a mask like an outlaw. I think he's trying to do something maybe the police can't. Can't?
So in the story, of course, Peter wants to know more about his parents, and he finds out that his dad and Dr. Connors used to be friends and were working on stuff that were going to change the lives of millions.
Your father and I were going to change the lives of millions, including mine.
So Peter goes over to Dr. Connors and shows him his dad's old documents, hoping that he can help him out some.
Dr. Connors, I'm Richard Parker's son.
Little did he know that he was helping Dr. Connors become the Lizard. Now, when I see the Lizard in the cartoon and read about him in the comics, he didn't really look all that powerful a villain to me. But I see him in this movie and I'm like, that dude is fierce. I mean, he's flipping over cars as if they're toys, and he can kill you in a single stroke of his claws. And at first I thought they was going to make the Lizard just this mindless beast who could only say like 1 or 2 words max. But he actually keeps his smarts after he turns into the Lizard. And he can actually say full sentences too.
I gotta stop him, because I created him.
And I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you guys how Spider-Man got his powers. He got bit by a spider, and you know, next day.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man, does whatever a spider can. Spins a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man.
The thing is that after he becomes Spider-Man, sure he keeps his identity a secret, but he doesn't do a very good job at it. Like, he'll be at school and he's humiliating the bully, breaking the basketball goal. People will just be there like, okay, yeah, he did some amazing stuff, but that's not Spider-Man. Like, even after Uncle Ben dies, he's still, for the most part, the same as he was before Uncle Ben was dead. But that's okay, because this is a darker tone of Spider-Man. And, you know, Peter Parker, he's a teenager. If I had the powers of Spider-Man, I'd probably be doing the same thing. This movie shows that Spider-Man is indeed amazing. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
The Amazing Spider-Man.